What up? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, where I'm just going to be talking about shit. This is just a laid back, kind of relaxed little thing that I wanted to do. I've been trying to, stay up on my videos. Of course, I've just started a new job recently, so a lot of my time has been taken up. But I just wanted to come today because I've been thinking about this for a couple days. I see a lot of my friends, even some of my family, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and they just it's a lot of negativity. I've seen a lot of people constantly just depressed, just talking about they don't know how much more they could take. Just stuff like that, around about how it goes. But I don't know. Anybody that knows me knows that I've dealt with depression. I live with high anxiety. And for the most part of my life, it's been a pretty negative experience, which you really do get tired of living like that. And for the first time in like 33 years, I'm actually to a point in my life where things are okay. And it had a lot to do with me changing who I was. So I want to make this video. Hopefully it reaches out and it maybe at least helps one person. That's the goal here, is just to help somebody. And maybe you can take what you learn from your experience and changing who you are and your thought process, and maybe you can go and help somebody else, because it's important to be mentally healthy and to wake up and enjoy your day. And I've recently found that out, and I feel good. And like I said, it's for the first time in like 33 years. This is probably the best that I've ever felt in my life. And then that's as far as my mental health, how I'm not as angry as I have been. I'm not as depressed as I have been in the past. I'm actually okay. And it started with me. This is the big part about it. This is what you have to learn to do. It's nobody else. A lot of people I've seen, they feel like they need to have somebody else to make them happy. And the key here is, if you are not happy with yourself, there is not anybody in the world that you're going to be with, that you're going to hang out with, that you're going to date, anything that's going to make you happy until you are happy with yourself. And it sucks because I used to be that way, where I was codependent. It was I would get out of a relationship and get right back into another one because I felt like I had to have somebody to keep me occupied, to keep me happy. Because if I was single, if I was alone, I wasn't happy. I was depressed. And I would get with people, and it was pretty much almost self-destructive, just jumping into a relationship with a mindset like that, because it always ended badly. You have to be okay with yourself for somebody else to be okay with you, and for you to be okay with anybody else. Because honestly, when I wasn't happy with myself, I was constantly tearing people down. I was pointing the finger, and this is your fault. And I was so caught up in my mind, and I do struggle with depression and high anxiety, like I said. But I was so caught up in my mind that even if there was not an issue, I was so miserable with myself, I would make an issue. And that's the thing, is here you have to train yourself. And I know it's hard, because we have been brought up, especially some of the younger generations and stuff now. You're programmed and you're brought up and you're raised that it matters what other people think about you. You put your lives on social media on blast for everybody to read. So everybody's going to have judgment. Everybody's going to have an opinion about you. And the biggest part of that is you can't let that get to you, because I like to say, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think about me. It doesn't matter what my next door neighbor thinks about me. It doesn't matter what my boss thinks about me. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about me. Because at the end of the day, when I'm on my deathbed, the only thing that should matter to me is me being happy with me. If I can look back at my life and you say, you know what? I did all right. I feel like I accomplished things and I lived my life to the fullest, and I am happy with who I was and who I am. That's what's important, because when you go to your deathbed and it's the end of your time here, all the comments on your Instagram, all the comments on your Facebook, they're not going to matter. They don't matter now. They matter because you let them matter. But I'm saying they don't matter. Those people aren't going to be there next to you. You're going to be there, and you have to check yourself and say, am I okay with the way I live my life? Because that's ultimately what matters. So I say it's hard to get out of the mind frame of being negative and being caught in this cycle of what society is programmed is what I see. Living with high anxiety, I used to come home every day and think about everything. I would think about who I made mad. I would think about, oh, I met this new person. Do they like me? Do they think I'm cool? Do they think that we could be friends? Are they talking about me behind my back? What's going on? All this is so heavy, weighing me down every single day, and it takes a toll on you, physically and mentally. I mean, you're going to be exhausted all the time, and I was exhausted for a long time. I had to learn to control those thoughts, those feelings. I had to turn them into, instead of worrying about what they thought about me, say I would meet somebody new and I would say, hey, you know what, that person was pretty cool, that person was all right, that was nice, I got to meet somebody new today. Or instead of worrying about, oh, did I do okay at work today, I'm like, all right, well, today was a good day, we're going to wake up and we're going to do it again tomorrow and enjoy ourselves and do our job and whatever. You have to change those thoughts into negative, and you have to put a new perspective on them and go about thinking in a different way. And then once you do that for a while, your mind just automatically kind of goes there. So it gets easier and easier. And it's not going to be tomorrow. You're not going to wake up and be like, oh, well, today's going to be a great day, and then you're going to go and it's going to change forever. No, man, it's life. You're still going to have your ups and downs. You're still going to be sad. You're still going to be happy. You're still going to go through all of your emotions, but you have to keep a mindset and remember that it's like you walking around your house and you forgot to put on your steel-toe house shoes, and you kick the kitchen table when you're walking by to go use the bathroom or something, and you stub your toe. It's going to hurt for a minute, but that's it. It's just a minute, and then the pain is gone. You let that go. And it's just like your emotions. Something bad might happen to you. Don't let it make you or break you. It happens, and you say, you know what? All right, this happened. I can learn from it. I can change. We got to keep going, because life doesn't stop, man. And you have to realize that you know what? You can't let it break your back by just carrying it on your shoulders. Like I said, it's like stubbing your toe. It's like burning your hand. I mean, anything, any kind of pain. It's exactly like physical pain. It hurts for a second, and then it's gone. Don't let it drown you. Don't let it hold you down. Let it go. Something happens. You made somebody mad. They called you an idiot. Does it really matter? Half the time, are you even going to see that person again? Or if you do, does it matter? Because as long as you're happy with you and you know that you didn't do anything wrong, then why should it matter? Because a lot of people that pass judgment and are hateful, and I know this, I'm talking from experience here because I've been that person. A person passing judgment and pointing the finger at somebody always usually has something going on in their life where they're not happy. And the saying that misery loves company is absolutely 100% true. That's why when I was a miserable, I was constantly had to be around people, had to be in a relationship with people. I had to bring those people down with me because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be miserable alone. I wanted everybody around me to be miserable. And it sucks. That sucks bad, man, to look back now and realize that, man, because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to everybody else. But that's all I'm saying. You got to change that. You got to change your mindset. You know, I've got the biggest thing I see is people say I can't all the time. I'm like, well, why don't you find something else to do? If you're not happy in your job, you're not happy in your relationship, why don't you move on? Why don't you find something else? Well, I can't. And that used to be a line that I used a lot. I can't. But the fact of the matter is you can. The only thing holding you back is that statement, and that you have it in your mind that you can't. You have to get a new mind frame, and you have to say, I can. You can do anything you want to. You can make any decision that's going to make your life easier and make you happy. You can do that if you want. Sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. I'm still in the process of getting to where I want to be. Life is good for me right now. But is it exactly where I want to be? Am I doing exactly what I want to be doing? No. But I know that I'm building towards that. And that kind of gives me that push too. And it kind of keeps me going, that I know that one day eventually I'm going to be where I want to be. I'm working hard. I'm saving up. I'm getting my debt paid off so I can be where I want to be. Do I enjoy my job now? Yes, I love my job now. And that's a huge part of it, man. I told myself I was in and out of jobs, and I wasn't happy. I knew I was going to make a paycheck to pay my bills and to survive, and I wasn't happy. So one day, you know, I said I didn't want to do it anymore. I said I'm not going to go back into what I was doing before because I know I'm not happy with that. I know what I want to do. I want to do something that makes me happy, that keeps my brain on a positive wavelength, that keeps me going, that I wake up every day and I go to work and I'm like, hey man, I'm going to work. See you when I get home. And it's a good experience. And that's a huge thing they've always said. I've heard it a million times growing up. If you're happy with what you do, you never work a day in your life. Now, I'm extremely happy with my job, and that's one thing that you can do. If you're not happy with your job and that's one thing that's making you miserable, you can definitely change that, believe me. It's out there. You just have to try for it, and you have to break your comfort zone. That's a lot of it too, is you get comfortable. Especially in jobs and relationships, you get comfortable. You're like, well, I know this job's here. I know this job's going to pay my bills. I've already started my 401k and my retirement, and you know, I'll stay here because I'm comfortable and it's what I know. If you really want to be happy in life and you really want to go out and do what you want to do, you have to take that leap of faith, is what, you know, or the other way to put that, you have to take a leap of faith and move on and push yourself to do what you want to do. You don't want to live in the place that you're living anymore. And I know it's a scary thing because I've moved quite a few times all over, and sometimes you're just like, oh man, what am I walking into? What's going to be up there for me? Am I going to like it up there, or am I going to find work? Whatever, you don't know. But I guarantee you, if you try, you'll make it and you'll be happy. You know, pack your stuff up and go. I've done it quite a few times, and I'm talking, I went packing up, take my last dollar to put in the gas tank to get out. Coming to nothing, coming to the unknown. And I actually moved up to New England almost a year ago, and the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I miss my friends, I miss my family, but for me, for my sanity, for my happiness, I definitely made the right decision, and I'll end up probably moving again before it's all said and done. I'm a nomad. I like to travel. But yeah, man, sometimes you have to take that leap. You got to jump in head first, and sometimes it works out for the better. And that's awesome. because your happiness is what's most important. And this is the whole thing to the video here that I wanted to get by is just stop saying I can't. Stop saying I can't. I've got so many friends right now that I see doing their own things, that are becoming entrepreneurs and running their own business because they got tired of working for other people, making other people rich. And my hat's off to you, because you're doing exactly what you want to do. And you know, what else? What could make you more happy than doing what you want to do, doing something that is your own, you know? And it's so awesome to me. It uplifts me, and it encourages me to see my friends doing this. You know, my brother Lex out there in Louisville, Kentucky, doing his thing, running his own business, his own security business. I got my boy Dano up in Michigan. You know, he's designing his own clothes and shoes and stuff, got his own business going, being an entrepreneur. Even my girlfriend, just last week, she got inspected and she got the official okay to open her own home daycare, which is what we we intentionally moved up here for that. So it's awesome. Like I said, we've been up here almost a year. It wasn't a fast, quick process, but that's the thing, is like, you have to keep a positive mind frame, and you have to keep pushing and striving for what you want, because you will eventually get there. There was a time where we were kind of down and wondering if it was ever going to happen, but we changed our mindsets, and we stayed positive, and we went over there and we put in the work, we put in the money to get to where it needed to be, and now she's officially her own business owner, running her own home daycare. So, you know, that's awesome, and it's so awesome for her. It's so awesome for my friends to see them building their empires. And like I said, it's definitely motivation for me, because they kind of help me get out of that mindset of that I can't do anything. I'm going to work in a restaurant for the rest of my life, making somebody else rich instead of doing my own thing. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. If you're not happy, push to where you want to be happy, and don't give up, because I promise you, sometimes it takes a while, but you'll get there. You'll get there, and all your hard work will pay off. And that's one thing with my girlfriend's daycare, was that, you know, I was over there helping her. I was putting money into it. I was over there helping build things and get things ready. And when you do get to the point where you can do what you want to, you look back and you say, you know what? All that hard work paid off. And it makes you feel good about yourself. It does. You accomplish something and you built something. So that makes you feel accomplished, and that makes you feel good. And I'm telling you, that'll bring a spark of happiness right there to you. But two main things is, you have to love yourself. You have to stop worrying about what everybody else is saying. You have to stop worrying. You post a picture on Instagram and somebody doesn't like it. Who cares? Do you like it? Obviously you do. That's why you posted it up. Stop being the machine that society wants you to be. You need to be the person, the human being that you want to be, that you need to be for you. The second thing is just you have to push. You have to push. You have to work for it. It's not going to get handed to you. And the universe, man, I'm telling you, I'm on this. I'm finally realizing, and I'm on it, that the universe listens to you. If you want something and you get that positive mind frame that you're going to get it, that this is what you want to do with your life, and this is how you want to be, and this is the person that you want to be, the universe is listening to you, and it will happen for you. It will happen for you. But you have to work for it. You got to push for it, and you have to want it. In your mind, you have to absolutely 100% without a doubt know that this is the path you are taking. This is the person that you want to be. Work for it. I've seen those things, good things happen to people that wait. Yes, if you're waiting and working at the same time, yes. But if you're sitting on your couch waiting, saying, well, it's going to fall in my lap eventually, no. Get up off your ass and do it. That's the only way it's going to happen. You have to make your life. You are the controller of your own destiny. So, in closing, please change the way you think. I've lost people to mental illness that are close to me, friends of mine that have taken their own lives and stuff, and it's it's rough and it's hard, and I hate to see people depressed and miserable because it, it terrifies me. Mental illness is real, but it's not unbeatable. You can change the way you think. You can change your mindset. You can change your life for the better. It's just like anything else that you do in your life. Practice, work on it. Do it every day. Make it a routine where it becomes a habit and you can do it just like breathing. You don't even have to think about it anymore. But, you know, you gotta work. It's not always easy, like I said, but remember this one thing. I said it's like stubbing your toe. It's gonna hurt for 2 seconds, then it's gone. It's gone. You don't let it backpack. All those problems, don't let them throw a strap over your shoulder. You let it slide off, man. It ain't gonna matter. It only matters because you let it matter. Love yourself. Look in the mirror today and tell yourself that you're worth it. That you want to make you happy. And most of all, that you love yourself. That's all I got for today. Love yourself.